Hi there and welcome back to Japan. And as you may have noticed if you're watching some of the other videos I did about baby metal, basically at the moment I'm trying to do a little bit of a catch-up listening to more baby metal and Band-Maid. And the reason is because I said recently that I wanted to do for both bands a list of my personal top 5 favourite songs by them, try and put them in order and see if you guys agreed and basically use it as a basis for some conversation, because we have some great chats on here and there's a nice conversational feel to a lot of the comments on these videos. So I thought, okay, I'll do that. But then I looked at how many songs I'd actually heard, and it was only about sort of 10 or 12 by both bands each individually. I thought, well, that's not really enough to build up a list that actually means anything. So I thought, I'll go through, I'll check out the others, check out at least the popular songs. So I went through a list of some of the popular ones. I checked which their singles were on Wikipedia, checked which ones have music videos. That's kind of the list I'm going through at the moment. Of course, as always, feel free to do suggestions, but I've kind of got a list that I'm working to and I have looked at some of the suggestions you've given. Now, interesting, one of the songs that came up a lot that I haven't actually listened to before, I'd heard a lot of comments about the song Yolo. And I've probably been avoiding this song because I really hate that expression. YOLO. You only live once. We all know you only live once. I know it's trying to inspire you to think of the value of enjoying life, or in some people's cases they misinterpret it to mean the value of doing something that's going to get you killed, which basically seems to negate the idea that you only live once. So, oh, you only live once. Oh, good, I want to die. I don't get it. So, yeah, some people do risky things. I don't know what the inspiration they've taken from that is, but the funny thing is when you say YOLO and you say a song, I'm going to say it, I automatically think of that song by The Lonely Island with Kendrick Lamar and Adam Levine in it. I really like that song. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. And so my brain's going there. And it is going to be kind of hard for them to top that, or we're doing something very different. So anyway, Band-Maid consistently, they've been, I've really enjoyed following them with you guys. When I first started listening to them on this channel, I hadn't really heard them before at all. I only kind of had heard that, some of my friends had said they're really good. And, I'm following them with you has been really enjoyable. I've liked everything I've heard, from degrees of, oh, that's good, to some songs where I've just gone, yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. And they've been regulars on my playlist since. So this one I'm interested. Will it be one of the brilliant ones? Will it be average? Or will it be one of the first few ones that I don't like? You guys know me. I'm always honest and I try to critique. So here we go. I've done enough talking. YOLO. That's who they are. Fade in. Nice unexpected chord pattern there. They're very good at doing that.
れない意志を宿した瞳に迷いはない映し出した広がる世界に初めましてこの胸躍らせてる一度きりそうしたデイパーティーを始める準備して後になんか興味はない永遠なんて I don't see 退屈なやりとりばっかバカバカしなって投げ捨てて体当たりでもいいんじゃない戦い魔王消えない魔法を描くんだ誰にも邪魔なんてされないよ強く思い願う日々夜が明けていくただこんな朝焼けに照らされたその先へこれからがスタート
All right. There's a lot to say about this one. What to say about it? What's going to happen in the last few seconds? It's going to be a title. Yeah. Whatever that is. Record company? Okay, yeah, that... Straight off the bat, the sound, I really liked the sound. The sound of the guitars, the sound of the production, it was really nice and really thick. That first verse hit really hard. I loved it. Even though there wasn't much going on, it was kind of good stabs, it was like da-da-dum, and you felt it. You know, there was a real sort of nice feeling to the whole way that the band sounded in that song. So very well produced song as well. The first verse I really loved, like I say, how impactful that was. And then the second verse, there was like really good little bits in there just sort of to make it more interesting. This is something that Band-Maid seem to be very good at, is adding like little things throughout the song. As we've mentioned before, they got basically a team of extremely good musicians in the band that they have. And they have the benefit as well of having a rhythm guitarist too, as you guys have pointed out to me. She's obviously just sort of learnt guitar through doing the band, but the fact that she does the simple stuff in the middle anchors everything. So they've got a fantastic anchor point, they've got fantastic musicians as well. But anyway, I've mentioned this before. Basically, they worked really well around that in the second verse when they were countering the first verse, and there were some great bits in it. I am, however, going to be a bit critical of this one. Sorry. Like I said, there's no point in me coming on here and just going, I love them all, because let's face it, I've liked pretty much every song I've heard by them, and I really do like this song as well. This is a song that I would definitely go back and listen to, but it's in the lower bracket of the ones that I like. It's not one of my favourites. Giving away a bit of my list already here. I think one of the reasons why I would say that is primarily because there were some bits, and I know this is going to really upset some people when I say this, okay? Especially one guy. Please don't unsubscribe. You've been very lovely. But I know who your favourite member is, and I can already see you panicking. One of my regulars is going to really hate me for this. The bass. There were just some bits where the bass was doing things, doing too much twiddle where it wasn't needed. Some bits it really worked, some bits it was just like, okay, just, alright, stop. One of a lot of bass players, they tend to stick together because they're a rarity. But one of the expressions you hear with a lot of bass players is a good bass player knows when not to play. Now, she's a fantastic bass player. We've mentioned this before. She's extremely talented. In this song, it was weird because usually she's very good at picking her moments. In this song, it just felt like there was just too much. It was like, all right, come on, you need to back off a little bit. The guitar work, again, was brilliant. All of the musicianship was brilliant, but again with the guitar, it's like the solo. The solo was good. It wasn't one of her best, wasn't one of her worst. The melody was good. Wasn't one of their best, wasn't one of their worst. It was just kind of, I just didn't feel like anything there really stuck. It was one of those songs where while I was listening to it, I enjoyed the sound. It was great, but of all the songs I've heard by them, it's one of the ones that I would be least likely, I think, to come back to, because of the fact that just nothing in there stuck. The hook didn't really stick with me particularly. When it came round, it just felt a little bit like, okay, it's going through that, and it's really hard to comment because, like I say, I have to comment in the context of the songs I've heard by them before. If I was hearing that as the first song by a band, I'd be like, you've got to hear more of this. Great musicianship, great sound, great production, fantastic vocals, brilliant energy. These are the things I'd be saying. But obviously, like I say, I like to be honest and critical. And I'm looking at this from the context of what I know that they can do in other songs. And I just think that was just it didn't really stand out to me as being like one where I go, yeah, I'm going to particularly remember that. I think it's one of the ones that would be easier to forget. And like I say, it just didn't feel like they were necessarily playing to their strengths there. But yeah, it was a really good song, which by Band-Maid standards is not good enough. Yeah, I'm going to get so much hate for this. Sorry, guys. Like I say, it's a really good song. I expect better. So, I mean, I would say, usually at this point I say, until you guys want to check out more of my videos, I get the feeling none of you are coming back now. But, for now, ciao.